There are some games that are really difficult to complain about, but I will do my best. Canucks matched up against the Colorado Avalanche on Sunday night. Both teams were on the second end of a back-to-back. Colorado trampled Edmonton on Saturday night 9-1. Canucks pulled out a 4-3 win over the Blue Jackets. In goal for the Canucks was Kevin MacKinnon, who interestingly played the game against Columbus and the game against Colorado. Thatcher Demko was being rested for the weekend. Maybe you throw in Yuri Patera, though, because they don't want to overwork Thatcher Demko, so now they're overworking Kevin MacKinnon. Anyway, the Avalanche picked up right where they left off against Edmonton. 7 minutes through, Cale Makar took the puck streaking into the Canucks zone from the right side. He threw it in front to Valeri Nichushkin, who looked as though he was going to shoot it, drew Lankinen way out of his crease, and then passed it to MacKinnon on the side, who had the entire net to shoot at. And Nathan MacKinnon does not need the entire net open to score, so when that entire net is open, he's going to score. And then a minute and a half later, the Avalanche were on the power play, and he did it again. The puck was swung to him at pretty much the exact same spot as his first goal, but instead of shooting it right away, he took it towards the center, and then wristed it past Lankinen to make it a 2-0 game early. It looked like we might be the next victims of a blowout at the hands of Colorado, though the Canucks locked in. They got a power play, and while they weren't able to convert on it, they had a lot of pressure, and that pressure flowed into the 5-on-5 after. Phil Pronik wristed one on goal from the blue line. It bounced around a couple times and ended up at the side of the net where Linus Karlsson tried to jam it in. He failed on his first attempt, but then from the goal line put it between his legs and roofed it. A very nice way to score your first of the year, so good job on Linus Karlsson for that. Just a little bit into the second period, Kiefer Sherwood was slightly interfered with in the Colorado corner, and it ended up working out really well for him. He was behind the play, and the puck ended up bouncing right to his stick. I think Blackwood thought he was going to take it all the way around, but instead Sherwood just slipped it through Blackwood's legs on the backhand, made it a 2-2 game, got his 10th goal of the season, the first Canuck to 10 goals. Canucks had a ton of power play opportunities in the second, and they couldn't cash in, even though they looked pretty good. They definitely outplayed Colorado in that second period. After the Sherwood goal, though, nothing else happened until the third, and it didn't take very long in the third for stuff to happen. Brent Burns had the puck at the blue line. He saw Arturi Lehkonen in the slot, and Lehkonen was being really tied up. Somehow, it was a perfect pass by Burns, and Lehkonen just put his stick out, got a piece of the puck, and it was deflected perfectly over Lehkonen. It was a really cool goal, to be honest. It just sucks that it came against the Canucks. Canucks did not take that lying down, though. They were putting on some good pressure after that goal, looking to tie it, and then Evander Kane decided to do what Evander Kane does best, and take an offensive zone penalty, completely halting the pressure that we were giving and also putting us down a man. After a bad pass went all the way around the boards, Drew O'Connor picked it up towards the blue line, and he saw that he could be away to the races, so that's where he went. He had Sherwood with him. The pass wasn't open, though, and O'Connor just decided, I'm going to shoot this. And that's what he did. Top corner. Shorty for Drew O'Connor. 7th point in his past 6 games. He's really, really doing well right now. I really wonder how long he can make this last for. It's been fun to watch. And Evander Kane was bailed out, because it was now a tie game. But it didn't take long after that for the Canucks to give the Avs another power play opportunity. Tom Verlander took a pretty stupid penalty. He just wasn't in the right positioning, and to stop the Avs from getting a chance, he threw himself over the Avalanche player. On that power play, Nate just took a one-timer from very far down low. It banked right into the middle where Arturi Lehkonen was waiting. Nobody was there to tie him up. Lankinen was out of position. Lehkonen just banged it home for his second of the day. If you gave that power play by the Canucks enough chances, eventually they were going to score one. They looked too good to completely just not score ever. And that's what happened. They got a power play off a silly penalty to take by Landeskog. Brock Besser had the puck at the point. He surveyed his options for a while, and eventually the lane just cleared itself for him. He saw Jake DeBrusk open in front of the net, made a beautiful kind of shot pass to the stick of DeBrusk, who tipped it past Blackwood, tied the game once again. Really exciting game, and it would go to overtime. Going into overtime seemed on the surface like it would be good for the Canucks. They were 4-0 in overtime up to this point, and the Avalanche were 0-5. Though the Avalanche have the pieces to be good in overtime, and it's really just strange that they're not. The piece in this case was Gavin Brindley. I mean, if I were making overtime predictions, I would never have said Gavin Brindley. He skated into the Canucks zone, and while on the move, took a shot from the high slot. MacKinnon saved it pretty easily, but what he didn't do was control the rebound. So it just fell out a couple feet in front of him. He tried to swipe it with the stick, which put him into an even worse position, and Brindley was there to clean it up and put it through his legs because he put himself in that vulnerable position. Canucks lose, first overtime loss of the year. At least this isn't last year still. And they continue to win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. I gotta start with MacKinnon on this one, because, I mean, that overtime play is just so bad. Like, you gotta control that rebound. I know he's tired and all. If he's gonna be in net, he has to be able to control that rebound. That's not the most difficult rebound of all time to control, and he made it look that way. And then when he couldn't control the rebound, his reaction was also bad. That could have been a time where we had possession for sure there, and instead he just gave Gavin Brindley a tap-in, which is quite upsetting. That was an upsetting game to lose because it was a really fun game. MacKinnon did not play well, but I'm willing to go easy on him for the rest of the game because he's playing the second day of a back-to-back. He's going to be tired. I knew he was going to be tired, and his stats don't look good in this game. He did make some good saves. It's just really hard to look past what happened in overtime there. That was not good. I also didn't like Evander Kane, again. Though he did have an assist, I thought his game was pretty bad. I mentioned it last game, but every time the Canucks get possession of the puck in the defensive zone, Evander Kane is gone. He doesn't even wait to see if they're going to actually clear the zone. He is just gone. It's actually really funny. I was watching every single time, and he was consistently just fully out of there 2 seconds after the Canucks got control. It's honestly, like, it's funny in an actually funny way. I'm not saying it's funny in a, oh my god, I can't believe he's doing that, though I can't. It's actually just funny to watch. He took that really stupid offensive zone penalty. I mean, that penalty was bad for a couple reasons. First of all, offensive zone. Second of all, we were putting pressure on and we were down by 1. And third of all, I mean, it's a penalty. And he just got lucky that Drew O'Connor is apparently the GOAT right now. I really did like Elias Pettersson's game. He ended up without a point, and he ended up a -2, but that just does not tell the story. He was a monster in the faceoff dot today, at 62%, taking almost 30. And some of his defensive plays were miraculous. I mean, that one in overtime on Makar, where he just dove out and checked the stick of Makar before he could get a shot off, that was beautiful. Pettersson really looked like he wanted it today. I feel like he deserved a point at some point in the game. And yeah, he needs to get the points to fall. With efforts like this, they will. And I know a lot of people don't really want to keep giving him time, but there are definitely worse games for him to have had than that one. I also loved Drew O'Connor in this one. Besides the goal, he was looking really good in the offensive zone. He turned his season around really fast. It did not take very long for him to become very good. He's now up to 8 points in 17 games on the season, which is like almost 40-point pace, which is strange. 7 of those 8 points have come in the past 6 games. And I mean, he's earned these points too. He looks good out there. And that shot today was great too. It's nice that with so many people out, he has eventually stepped up and played beyond what is expected of him. He's finally using his speed and his size for good, instead of earlier in the season when he had those tools and just wasn't doing anything with them. And again, I don't know how long this can last, but I'm very happy that it's lasting for this long, at least. Lukas Reichel went a little MIA at the end of the game. He wasn't getting a lot of shifts, which I can't say I'm exactly surprised by. He ended up playing just over 10 minutes in this game. Max Sasson got... I can't say that name. Sasson. I think I'm saying it too French. Max Sasson. I can't not say it French. I don't get it. Sasson. Max Sasson. I hate it. Anyway, Max got some reps with the Besser-Sherwood line towards the end of the game. I guess they just didn't trust Reichel, though Reichel did make a good defensive play at one point. I don't know. He's not that good. He's really not doing that well. The fourth line got a little bit more action in this game. I was talking last game about how Baines had 6 minutes and Carlson had 8. Both of them got up past 9. Carlson was almost at 10. And Carlson did score a goal, so they were more utilized in this game. I don't know. I feel like you still want to have more faith in your fourth line than sub 10 minutes. Connor Garland played 23-39, which is just too much for Connor Garland. I mean, he didn't even look like that crazy good today. Why is he on the ice for 24 minutes in a game? And how is Evander Kane getting a minute and a half more than Brock Besser? Like, I know he's on the line, the first line that gets to play more. Kane is just such a strange player. He hurts my head. Kane hurts my brain. Because offensively, he can be good. And sometimes he just shows flashes of being, like, really skilled and knowing exactly what he's doing. But defensively, he's a pylon. He keeps blowing the zone, and he keeps getting these minutes. He's playing all the time. I mean, I like him more than I did in some of the earlier games. He's still just not good. I don't think he's a net positive on the ice because of how brutal his defense is, and his passing ability is not there. Kiefer Sherwood also played a great game. He was a +3 out there. He got his 10th goal of the season, but only had 1 hit, which is strange. Brock Besser had more hits than Kiefer Sherwood in that game. How often can you ever say that? Quinn Hughes was like, okay. He was like, fine. I don't know. He was a -1. I don't think it was really his fault, though. The assist he got wasn't really a highlight reel assist or anything. It was a secondary. He played 28 minutes. He was noticeable out there. He still needs to be so much better than this, though. Games like this from Quinn Hughes aren't exactly going to cut it. I mean, he was still good, but it's just not Hughes, you know? It's not Hughes. And he's kind of screwed himself over by setting the bar so high for himself. Because if another player on this team plays like that, I'm happy. I need so much from Quinn Hughes. The team needs so much from Quinn Hughes. Again, he's fine. He's playing well. Like, this makes it sound like I think he's bad. He's playing well. It's just we need him to be a top 10 player in the league. And he hasn't been a top 10 player so far. Final player I want to talk about is Jake DeBrusk real quick. He did score again, so the prophecy's coming true. He's on a better streak now. That's now 3 goals in his past 4 games, and given his history, it's not shocking if he continues this. He's a little bit of a power play merchant, that is true. But I don't really care how he's scoring his goals, to be honest, as long as he's scoring goals. Okay, I think that'll do it. My head kind of hurts. I'm tired. You guys don't need to hear all this, but I'm saying it anyway. The Canucks' next game is Tuesday night against Winnipeg, which is another not very fun matchup. They did better today than I expected them to. They played quite well. So hopefully they can do the same against Winnipeg. I mean, there have been some times where we play Winnipeg and we just know the answer to Connor Hellebuyck, which is quite funny that we have the answer to Connor Hellebuyck. We scored 6 goals against Winnipeg last year in a game, and last year's team didn't score goals ever. So hopefully they can score 6 goals again. That would be nice. It's kind of nice that so far the goals haven't been too big of a problem. Like, even in this loss, we scored 4. The offense is better under Adam Foote so far than it was over Rick Tocchet last year, I think. I hope they can win that. It would continue the seesawing. At least this one was in overtime, so we're still at a 500-point percentage. If you told me at the start of the weekend that we would leave the back-to-back with 3 out of 4 possible points, I would take that. So I'm not too upset over this loss. I don't love the way that they lost. I would have loved rebound control there. But you can't complain about every single loss ever, even if I just did a little bit. Oh my god, I think I just curse people when I do this. Okay. So I'm gonna go Kane, because if I curse him, then whatever, you know? I don't want to curse someone that I like. I don't really like Kane, so I'm just going to say Kane's going to score next game. Maybe this will make him score, though, because I'm doing it on purpose. I don't know. I should have said DeBrusk. I don't know why I didn't say DeBrusk. I'm going Kane. Kane will score. Okay, that's going to be it. Goodbye.